Hello, we're continuing on with our Christmas theme today. We're going to make a really cute Christmas tree that's holding an ornament and it has its own stand. I got this mold on Amazon. I'll put the link for it and everything else I'm using today in the description of this video. So I've already mixed up some epoxy resin, and my epoxy resin is parts A and B of equal parts, but just check on your label and see how you're supposed to mix yours up. And I mixed up a lot of it, and then I separated it into 3 different little cups and put some mica powder in it. And I showed you what colors those were in the video. You can push pause when it gets to those if you want to know exactly what color it was. So I have some red, green, and light green. And I am pouring the red about halfway full into the ornament, and I'm just putting some of it into this right here on the right is the base that the Christmas tree will stick into to stand up at the end. Then I'm going to put some light green with the red, and here's some dark green into the Christmas tree. And I am not, you can see I'm not filling it completely all the way full yet. Then I mixed up some yellow, which is in a different cup, and I'm going to put that in the top where the star is. And since it's running down into the green, I'll add a little bit more green to make it go back up to the top. You might have to do that a couple times to get it right because it'll keep on trying to want to settle. And then we're going to put some of those Christmas sprinkles that are fake that we use in our previous videos and put that on top of the base and add it to the ornament as well. These sprinkles come in a pack of a whole bunch of different kinds and little baggies that look like this. And I'll put those in the description of the video as well. There's so many things you could do with these. We've already made some stud earrings and some keychains, and now we're making this as well. So I mixed up some more resin, and into the resin I'm going to add some silver foil flakes, and by some I mean a lot. I'm taking a big old chunk of it and breaking it up and putting it in here and mixing it in. And as you're mixing it, you want to break up the chunks as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some gold foil in there as well. So I'm also going to take quite a lot of it and mix it right in there. See how it's breaking up the chunks as I go? And I'm making this resin pretty much completely full of this foil, but enough to where it's still runny. See how it runs still? I'm going to pour that on top of this. This is already cured overnight, so everything is hard, and that's when I started this step. So underneath is hard, and we're going to pour this on top, so that way it's not all mixing together. And the reason I did this is because I wanted to give you 2 options for this tree. So the back of it, you could use it as the green tree, and this part, you could use it as this type of tree. You could have done the same thing with the ornament and the base too, so you could flip it either way and it would work and be more versatile. I didn't do that, which I probably could have, but I didn't think of it till too late. But you could do the front and back both different, and that way you could use it either way. This is really pretty. It's very shiny and it still looks really Christmassy. So I'm going to pour some of this resin in here. And it doesn't have to be a resin that's super, super clear because we're covering it up. So you see how this resin is kind of cloudy. It's fine. It still sets up just fine. It's just not clear. So I don't use this particular resin for projects where I want it to be completely clear. Like if I'm using it for a clear coat, I would not use it for this. So this, I'm putting the sprinkles directly on top, and I'm not putting them all the way in the resin. That's going to give it a more textured look and give it more dimension. And I also have this little bag that came in the pack of only different size peppermints, and I'm adding that to the top, and I love the way that turned out. So I've let it set overnight, and now I'm going to take them out of the mold. So for this project, if you do it just like I did it, you're going to have 2 nights of curing. So I'm going to go ahead and take the tree part out of the mold. And there's a couple little pieces, I just tore them right off. They were just hanging on. And then this is the base. And then you just pop it off very carefully with that middle part so you don't rip it. And then this part, I don't do this often, but sometimes you have to. I cut off the excess of that resin. And then on a piece of sandpaper, you put water, and that's so the particles, you don't breathe it. You've got some water, and then you just take it and sand it down. I do it, the reason I'm filling it is I'm making sure if it's smooth or not. And you want to go ahead and do it until it's completely smooth. And then there's a lot of ways to polish it off. What I like to do, I just use what I have on hand. I have UV resin. It makes it super easy and it makes it clear again. So I just take it and I'm going to use a toothpick. You can use whatever you want. I'm just going to smooth it over where I sanded. See how it's taking off the cloudiness? It's like magic. You just put it all over where you sanded. And then I'm just going to stick it under the UV light for 2 or 3 minutes until it's cured and it looks like it's never happened. So that's how I do it if I have to. I don't like to sand, but if I have to, I do it that way. So here's the 2 different sides. I've attached this ornament. See that the tree and the ornament both in the mold have a hole, so it's really easy. You could do whatever you want, fishing line, a chain. I just had some twine, so I used it. And this is the 2 different sides. Again, you could do different sides for your ornament and your base. You could even do a sticker or something for your back of your ornament if you really wanted to. Like if you had your clear printer paper and had a white sticker, put Merry Christmas or a name of your family and then put clear resin on top, that would work too. There's so many options you could do with this. If you like it, please like and subscribe. And I have a lot more videos on my channel.